Welcome everybody to the Kirby's Adventure Wii playthrough. I am the Epic Fudge and we didn't do a goddamn thing in the last part of this playthrough. So in this part, we're going to be making some progress in level 4, White Wafers. You know what? I'm not even going to complain about the name here. Ugh, I've given up. Kirby games make no sense with the way they name their worlds. Oh well. This is your token ice level of the game. Is there an ice volcano in the background? Either way. Yeah. This is your token ice world of the game. And ice worlds basically have ice gimmicks in them where you'll be generally slipping around like an idiot and constantly bumping into people. You know, like you usually do when you're trying to skate around in ice. It doesn't usually go well. As a result, you'll generally slip around like an idiot and fall off stuff, fall into people, run into people, trip over, etc. And the same applies to this game. I have no idea what happened there. But yeah, like I said, that's basically what ice levels does. You can use it to your advantage, like if you're skilled enough, you can use the ice to swallow people and like skid along the floor at the same time. You know, in case you're in a rush, because there'll be parts where you'll have to swallow people and move in black space levels, because they'll have ice parts in them in this world. But yeah, that's basically the ice world. It also introduces ice blocks, which need to be melted with fire attacks, and sometimes this will lead you to gears and stuff like that. And there's also the ice ability. That also destroys fire blocks, like this. Nothing new really, just what you'd expect. Well, I wouldn't exactly expect fire to melt, like ice to like stop fire or anything. That literally makes no sense, but well, it does make sense, but you know what I mean. It doesn't work very well. Anyway, this should be the first instance where we run into the fighter ability. And oh, that poor little waddly. This should have been the first time we ever run into the fighter ability, but because we ran into the Howl Room in level 1, we basically ended up getting the fighter ability early, so I don't have to demonstrate it to you this time around. I'll speed the playthrough up, I guess. Just about managed to get that then. Anyway, you'll have teams of Poppy Bros up there trying to bomb you all over the place. And you've got your trusty cannon on you, and random waddledees riding those things again. I don't know why they bother, they constantly get buckarooed off. Oh well. Random one up there. Anyway, this part is one of the more infamous parts of the game that uses the Donkey Kong Country Bramble Blast sections with the cannons. It's very much like that. You basically have to time a button presser to make sure you get the cannon to shoot you in the right places. If you shoot in the wrong place, then stuff happens. Like, you'll, if you shoot it in the right place, you might be able to find hidden goodies, like a gear. But if you shoot it into the wrong place, you might end up going the wrong way, or you might fall to your death. But yeah, that wasn't supposed to happen. Anyway, god damn it, Kirby, stop doing that. Anyway, yeah. Basically, you want to follow the stars, and you want to make sure you keep an eye out for any hidden cannons, like that one right below there. Because the one right below will send you to a secret area, which in turn gives you another gear. Look at all those bananas, totally not a Donkey Kong reference. Yeah, if you don't end up getting that cannon, you'll be at the top half of the screen right now. And at the top half of the screen is pretty much like this, only you don't get a gear. Look at that random water ability here. And yeah, there's your gear up there. You wouldn't have been able to get that if you took the top routes because, well, can't exactly go underground and stuff. Anyway, this is the mic ability. Much like the crash ability, this is essentially a screen nuke, only it's not exactly as effective. Not for the first try anyway. You get 3 goes with the mic ability. The first go is a small blast, the second go is a pretty big blast, and the third one is basically your screen nuke. And much like the crash ability, you can hold one for a much more powerful blast. The joke here is that Kirby is so tone deaf that he actually kills people with his voice. So yeah, little trivia for you. Anyway, that wasn't actually necessary for anything. All you just need to do is get Saw so you can get Whip, and you get Whip for just 1-up. And that's it. No gears necessary because you already had them all before. Anyway, that's the end of the first level of the Ice World. A lot shorter than the first level of... or whatever the third world, Onion Ocean. So yeah, the levels are a bit shorter than what you'd normally get in Onion Ocean, but White Wafers is the first world to have 5 levels and then a boss. All the other levels had only 4 levels and then went on to a boss. This place has 5 levels, so this world is a bit longer. And you get to do it through ice physics. But thankfully, this is also where the game gets a bit more interesting, especially with adding new enemies and new abilities that you shouldn't run into at this point. But again, we've already ran into all of them now, thanks to us going into the Howling. Like for example, you should find up here the Ninja ability. Again, if it wasn't for the Howling, I wouldn't have found that, and I've had to demonstrate it for you again. And that editing is tedious. But still, the ninja ability is probably one of my favourite abilities in the game. You suplex people like a boss, you can wall cling. In fact, this is where the wall cling is best demonstrated. You have to wall cling here and just shoot a little arrow, and you get that. This will be used to get a gear later on in the game, by the way, so make sure you remember you can do that. Anyway, again, because of the ice physics, it can be very hard to traverse through here without falling off. Not that that should be a problem for the most part, seeing as Kirby could float. But, there will be some times when you have items and you can't float and stuff. Does this music remind me of Kirby 64? Like the last levels of Ripple Star in 64? I don't know. It always reminded me of that for some reason. Anyway, random tantrums over. Another cannon section, beat the fuse, get over to the cannon quickly, and boom! Anyway, that required no challenge whatsoever, just run for your life, get under the gate, and get the gear. Nothing special. Again, that could be even easier with co-op if you just have one person just standing there. And Kirby can do a Mario by destroying blocks above his head. So, he can't jump on people, but he can do that, so that's something. Ah, Christ. That's another thing that'll bug you up as well. If you try and swallow people and you're running, you'll end up slipping off the edge like that, and sometimes you'll fall into spike pits, and sometimes you'll fall into bottomless pits and die. So yeah, make sure you watch out for that. Bugger. Anyway, this is the Karibo shoe section, again. And because this is so spiky with all the grips on it, and you don't really have to worry about, like, ice physics and such. You just have to travel on the spikes, get all the items that you can, destroy the gold blocks that you need to destroy, and jump on any enemies that you need to jump on. Like this section right here. Oh, God! Hold on, I actually got there! Stupid thing, I have no idea how I missed that. I like how he just got nudged to the side for a second there. Oh. Anyway, random stone enemies right here. I'm really surprised I didn't get hit. Oh god. Recording fail there. Anyway, this section utilizes the stone ability, and this is where the whole sliding mechanic can tend to bug you up again with the stone ability. Like, sometimes it'll sort of slides you over bottomless pits, and you have to unstone yourself before you go through the bottomless pits. Otherwise, you'll fall there. Those cannon pits right there are just sort of there to like ease you into the fact that there's probably going to be a bottomless pit. Again, this game is all about the design. It eases you into a puzzle first, and then brings on the proper threat of what could happen. I like the way the game's designed like that. Anyway, random food, 2 ability stations, so there's going to be a boss up ahead. And I can't remember what boss this is. Oh right, this is Super Bonkers. He's basically Bonkers, only, well, super. Basically, once you destroy this version of Bonkers, you'll get the super ability, which is this. The Grand Hammer! Anyway, the Grand Hammer is a pretty much press 1 to win kind of weapon. You press 1, he gets a big hammer out, and he can smash big things to destroy small platforms like that, and enemies like this. This requires a bit of precision to use. There's also 3 levels to the Grand Hammer as well. The first level allows you to do a small shot. The second hammer turns it into a sort of clown hammer and has more power into it. And sometimes that extra power is required to destroy bigger blocks and the like. And the third level allows Kirby get a golden hammer out and destroys anything that could be like that. And again, the third level is also required for certain things that need to be destroyed, because not everything can be destroyed by the simple hammer. Sometimes you need an extra level of strength to be put behind those blows, and all those poor Scarfies just got crushed. You have to be quick with getting these random jack-in-the-box enemies. Anyway, this is the third level. Releases a huge shockwave, and I expected the dimensional portal to be here, but turns out it isn't. Why did I press 1 there? Anyway, these are bigger enemies, so that usually indicates that there's going to be a portal if you destroy them. They actively try to avoid you as well, so you can't just stick on top of one of them, because then the other 2 will just keep on going as well. So you have to make sure you, like, move around to make sure you get on top of one of them. Anyway, here's the black space level of this game. This is more of a platforming challenge than usual, because this requires you to carry items through to unlock keys, to unlock gates, and destroy certain objects and stuff like that. And because there's all the platforming and stuff, you can't exactly float up to win, so again, you have to be quick this time, and you have to make sure that you don't end up missing any of those platforms there, because I've done that plenty of times, and then stuff like that ends up happening. It's annoying. Now I'll try to throw the key so I can swallow all those waddle dees through the rocks, because you can actually do that, but I couldn't get rid of the key, so I just decided to slide underneath. So yeah, you have to be make sure you're really quick, make sure you don't miss any steps, and make sure you don't get crushed. Oh god damn it, no! That didn't happen. Yeah, you have to make sure you don't miss any steps or anything, and yeah, just keep your wits about you. Make sure you've not destroyed anything that could be like useful, like I ended up doing there. Anyway, if you're quick enough, you can go down the ladder and get those stars. If you're not quick enough, you'll end up getting crushed. Anyway, I have a choice between Ninja and Fire, so I think I might as well show off why Ninja is one of my favourite abilities to use against bosses. And one of the main reasons is that when you press 1, like lightly to use those, the knife throw and stuff like that, if you press 1 really quickly, you could throw a ton of knives, and it's really helpful. It's very much like Fox's blaster projectile in Smash Brothers, in the way that enemies don't usually flinch off it, but it can deal a lot of damage over a short period of time. He also has a down kick that can constantly bounce off of enemies as well, which also deals a lot of damage over time, and it's very, very helpful. So yeah, if you're good enough with Ninja, you can pretty much blitz everything. So yeah, that was a level. And I think that was a part as well, so I guess I'll see you guys in the next part of Kirby's Adventure Wii. Can I get it this time? Oh. See you guys there.